Chaos jobs. All right, what am I even talking about? That's a word I made up for some types of assignments that I do. I've had two situations that honestly were just entirely chaos. The first one, I had one other interpreter. There were 3 deaf people. It was online. One deaf person was leading the meeting. 2 deaf people were involved in the meeting, and then there were many other hearing people in the meeting. The worst part of the situation was that we did not have access to multi-pin on Zoom. So we were having to really jump around on our screen to be able to see the deaf people we were trying to see. Sometimes we were pinning them, sometimes not. We were having to go back and forth. We were trying to be clear with the communication on when they were talking back and forth. And before the assignment, we sat down and discussed how we wanted to do it. But honestly, sometimes you get into it and we were just having to jump in and kind of just make it work and do it the best you could. Second assignment that was like this, there was 2 other interpreters, one a professional and one a student interpreter, and there were 4 deaf people in person, which was a little bit easier. I mean, we had the space to work with. We could move around more, but still it was chaos. We divided the work beforehand, and we really had to go with the flow, jumping in, covering those gaps that we would miss. If someone couldn't see, if someone was not understanding something, if, we're just having to go with it. And there were 3 really important things I noticed about this. We had to have strong trust in each other. We had to rely heavily on our instincts, both my own and theirs. And we had to refuse to be offended by each other. So if things are working out and you're kind of going with the flow, you can't stop and just be like, hey, that's my deaf person. I'm supposed to be voicing for them. No, you just let it go. You let the person voice and then you take it back, or you do whatever needs to happen, just moving on in that moment. We can't stop the entire communication process to have a little sidebar for the interpreters. The common go in these scenarios is communication access. Voicing for the deaf person so the hearing people know what's going on, and making sure to sign so that the deaf people are fully included in those interactions as well. We have to achieve that goal. That's the goal. We are all agreed before we go into assignment that we will make anything happen for that goal to be achieved. So I'm not going to be concerned if someone has to voice for quote unquote my deaf person who's been assigned to me in that session. If I miss something, if I can't see them, even if I don't and they jump in, it's fine, because communication access was achieved. That goal is being achieved. We have to rely on each other, and all these assignments went well. It was really kind of fun. It went pretty smooth. We all did a great job. Everyone was a great team. There's this, really big focus on trust and making that goal be achieved. And I think there's an emphasis here on having a really good team interpreter is a huge deal, because I do sometimes work with the teams who are more strict, who have a harder time going with the flow if something goes off course, and I'm really not like that. I really value interpreters who are more like me and that going with the flow, that whatever happens, we're going to focus on that goal, and if it gets achieved, then I'm fine. We can sit down and discuss it afterwards. If I did a major mess up, or they did, or I'm not sure why they did something and I maybe want to clarify it, by all means, I want to sure, let's talk about it. But in the moment, during the thing, the focus is communication. Have you guys had good team experiences during your chaos jobs?